Once again, we go with Anime Studios. Welcome to my 15 best JC Staff anime. Yeah, that's one of the studios. My name is Misty / Chronexia, and I'm not gonna lie, I like doing these lists. It allows me to put some new lights on them, and you can be all, oh snap, they made this anime? Well then, this has to be just as good. And spoiler alert, they are. So strap yourself in as I go with my infinite wisdom and list you my 15 best show from JC Staff. I had to do the joke at some point, might as well knock it off early in the intro. Let's go!
さ、アリス。なるみくんに匂いまで嗅がせるのはやめた方がいいよ。
なぜだい？
いや、だって、シーツはアリスがずっと触れてたものだし、ぬいぐるみはアリスの半身みたいなものだろ。
それが？
Number 15, KAMISAMA no Memocho. Probably one of the worst of JC Staff. And I'll tell you why, before you rage. I could have gone and put it aside and take a different show instead, because trust me, there's way better stuff that couldn't make the list for a reason or another. So here's the part where you can hopefully refrain from sighing until the end. It's a girl who's locked at home with a teddy bear army, but she's a hacker and do detective stuff. Go on, sigh away. It's a very flat anime that I only recommend for completionists out there.
言い過ぎたかな。ってなんで私が罪悪感感じなきゃなんなのよ、あんなやつに。どうすればいいのよ。それなら。
Number 14, HATSUKOI Limited. HATSUKOI Limited is already leaps and bounds ahead of KAMISAMA no Memocho. This anime is kind of an episodic show, and I need to highlight that kind of part. Every episode focuses on the relationship of some characters, but as the story goes, you'll see a throwback to previous couples, see how their relationship evolved with time. It's definitely an underrated show that can tell several short stories juggling many plots at once. Visually, the art style is quite unique too. For the characters, it's stretched outside the norm, which I can totally appreciate, because I am a nerd.
綺麗に洗ってある。薄井くんってすごい。男の子なのにちゃんとしてるのね。
うまかったよ。
なんだか
Number 13, KARIN. If you want me to resume KARIN in one word, it would be cute. And vampires. But that would be 2 words, so you don't get that one. You'll have to get shocked when you notice she's a vampire. Play along. Do it for me. Not like it would matter much anyway, since she's a reverse vampire actually. She builds up blood, but instead of having her period like any normal girl, she bleeds it out of her nose or into some guy. Look, I know how weird it sounds when I put it in words, but for a show from the 2005 era, it really pushed me into watching more. Hoping that kind of shit would happen again, which I was wrong about. It didn't happen again.
そんなに胸が膨らみ始めたのは小学校何年生ぐらい。
この下道死ね。もう3度死ね。
まあ、容赦なく殴れる鋼鉄の。
Number 12, Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat. Despite this sounding like a show that was made by Seth Rogen, it's actually great. But yes, my inner little boy felt very unsatisfied with the ending, as it could have used a tad more ahs to it. We can all agree on that. Regardless, if you have a good appreciation for comedy, stoic little girls who don't showcase emotions and misunderstanding like only Japan knows how to make them, well then you should absolutely give it a go. Art is nice, characters are likable, it's just the ending that could use a bit more commitment.
いや、僕はちょっと。
だったら取り組みだ。そっちの声だ。相撲取んなさい。ほらほら。
Number 11, Golden Time. One of the many romantic anime you will see on this list. JC Staff definitely have a knack for these. Golden Time is a more adult-like relation than the everyday high school love you usually find in anime. You got students attending a private law school with a guy who lost his memory. But I hear you say, how is he gonna remember all those laws without his memories? Nobody knows, it's called plot armor. But it doesn't matter, cause there's this other girl he meets and they hit it off. It's a great show, which many might relate to if you ever lost your memory once before, which we all know happens every day.
何ここ。
Number 10, Selector Infected Wheatcross. Wheatcross is an anime that suffers from the Madoka syndrome. Beautiful and captivating show that starts off innocently and then shit hits the fan. And what you thought was cool is definitely not cool anymore. That's pretty much all I can tell you about this anime without spoiling it. Beyond that, it's covering card games with the game part not being explained all that much, but it's secondary to the story it actually tries to explain. My input is it's good. You should watch it.
夏目さん、新しい遊び？お前、野球に興味は？
野球部は何かゴタゴタがあったらしく、事実上の廃部状態だそうだからな。しかし、
Number 9, Lil Busters. As many will probably tell you, the parallel with Angel Beats is quite strong. You got the same dose of tragedy, hint of comedies, scars in there. The art style is kinda close to one another, and the plot follow the same pace. This time around, in Little Busters, you have a protagonist who lost his memory. Oh, look at that, another one. Yep, number 1 cop-out in shows right after it was just a dream. How fucking often does someone lose their memory? Come on, spit it up a bit. Anyway, the guy makes friends. He has to create a baseball league since it's their last year together. It's nice.
大胆な下着が？大胆というほどでも、黒の下着くらい、レディのたしなみですわよ。何度持ってきてますのよ。
鍵付きのロッカーに入れといたはずなんだけどね。
Number 8, a certain magical index or a certain scientific railgun. Magical index and scientific railgun are two anime who ride alongside one another. One being focused on the magic aspect and the other one, well, science. The chronological order to watch these can be tricky, so if you have an obsession with that, you can look it up online. The story showcases a battle going between the two sides. If you like a good level of action, nice battles, and a touch of comedy to round it up, I'd say go for it. I like Railgun better because Toma is a giant snow or...
竹本、お前って本当いいやつだな。今まで散々ひどい目に遭わされてきたっつうのに、俺なんか実家のサブを思い出しちゃったよ。
Number 7, Honey and Clover. Honey and Clover is a more adult story once again. Not in a tentacle way. Although I haven't seen the sequel, so keep your hopes up. Maybe it does happen. But the story of the show is quite endearing for a large part of the folks who check it out. You got comedy, drama, and romance handled all from the point of view of adults. It still has the connection with teenager as the characters are still in college, but it will tackle more serious topics than what they should wear for prom night. It's one of JC Staff's most well-acclaimed series, but also one of its most underrated. Number 6, Kaicho wa Maid-sama. Romantic story between a guy with not a care in the world, or so it seems, and a girl who works part-time as a maid. If you have a fetish for these girls in that maid outfit, you may want to look it up. If you don't, I mean, it's still an overall well-appreciated show. Personally, it didn't quite hit home for me as much as I wanted it to, but I know that's just fishing for hate, but I feel more honest telling you my point of view about something than just cover it up with, look, pretty colors. I can see it's a good show, but it didn't work out for myself. But you try it out and prove me wrong, and then beat me up in an alley if you ever meet me, because I won't fight back, I'm too scared.
やっぱもたもたしてらんないよな。俺の常識が侵食される前にさっさとSAKURASOU出ていかないと。
Number 5, SAKURASOU no Pet na Kanajo. Alright, everyone needs to move your mouse over to the dislike button and get ready to smash it. SAKURASOU is a great anime, and it's charming, and entertaining, and everything, but it's kinda dumb. You just wait, hear me out. You give a guy the power over a girl who has the cognitive responsibility of a 5-year-old. I mean, she literally can't handle a knife properly. Thank God the main character is a goody two-shoe who doesn't want to do something ill will to her when she's naked, strutting in front of him. Lots of incredible elements in a story meant to be relatable, but it's cute, quirky, and adorable, so make what you must of it. Number 4, Toradora. By an incredible amount of veterans as far as romantic story goes, Toradora is sitting at the top. I have a personal preference for Lovely Complex because I'm a hipster, but I can't deny Toradora earns a spot on there. Toradora's story followed two teenagers who are in love with two other students. They decide to help each other to achieve their respective love. As time goes on, their friendship evolves, and well, if you haven't seen it, you don't want me to spoil too much out of it, but it's worth your time. Love stories are great, I never get sick of them.
みんな下手くそ。
見て見て、千秋様よ。
プリチオーソカンタービレ。気ままに歌うように。
Number 3, Nodame Cantabile. Nodame Cantabile is another romantic anime. I told you there were plenty of these. It involves a famous musician who's afraid of flying and ends up meeting Nodame Megumi, a girl who's got talent of a genius piano player. You follow their relationship as they start as a pair with a lot of friction, but eventually they grow up into becoming an incredible musical duo. I've already said plenty, so if you'd like to have a touch of drama along with your couple romance, I strongly hint that you should give it a chance. Wink, wink. Nudge, sucker punch in the face. Watch it. The art won't break any record, but its faithfulness to music wins by leaps.
じゃあみんな風邪ひくなよ。
みーほー、帰ろう。は、
Number 2, Bakuman. I'm pretty sure this is one of the only time I've talked about Bakuman on record. Not because it's bad, it's one of the greater show of JC staff, but the company that owns the right, they hate when I talk about their show. But then I told them, bitch, do you know who I am? I'm Misty fucking Chronexia, you should suck my dick for me to praise your show. But then they said, Nanika, because they don't speak my weeaboo. Overall, it's a story about two friends who wants to make a manga together. And one's a writer, and the other one's a picture maker guy. Drawer, yes, thank you. Girls involved, and it's a great story overall.
田所ちゃん特製3種のおにぎりだね。いいねいいね。畑仕事の後のおにぎり。いただきます。
And finally, number 1, Food Wars, with the Patreon stamp. Bam! I never wanted to have sex so much with a piece of meat since I went to that sorority party in 2009. No, it's not a euphemism for a girl. There was a giant burger on there. It looked delicious. Anyway, I know this is an anime about cooking, but I want you to look at the ranking and see that I willingly put this show above what people consider the best romance story out there. The best slice of life, or whatever you can think is good, this is better. Take my word for it. If you haven't seen this anime, you should find time for it. So, what do you guys think? Fun list? Yeah, I don't care. I'm kidding, of course I do. I love your faces. If you think I missed a key one, make sure you add it in the comment section below. Meanwhile, I'd like to formally apologize to my fans. I've been quite absent lately since I've been trying to start my own show, and I also happen to get married. Well, tomorrow, if you see this video as it's being uploaded. Thank you for the good wishes if you do give some, otherwise just skip that part. And not sure if any of you guys ever got married, but planning everything is a bitch and a half. Thus, and the anime I'm trying to produce at the same time gave out, well, this huge headache and a lack of content here. But since the wedding's tomorrow, I'll be able to return to my full-time schedule starting next week. Thank you guys so much for your patience and understanding. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will catch you bitches next time!